What's going on YouTube? James Prigioni, coming to you from Jersey. It's August 29th, just bringing you guys along for an update. This is that fall patch that we put in. We put some corn in, even though I know it's too late probably, but we had left the seeds outside and they got wet in the pack, so they were already germinating, so we just had to plant them. Same thing with some of those tomatoes, but we'll see if we can end up getting anything out of them. This is some lettuce, carrots, polyculture, mustard greens, pumpkins, peas, beans, sunflowers. Just a nice dense polyculture. And this is how we may be doing the gardens from now on. We've been changing up and always trying new things, and this actually worked the best. It's contrary to what we usually do. We just came in and the grass was so thick. Because it was just this, and we had just extended the edge. So we just took a shovel, dug the grass, and just flipped it completely over. Didn't do anything else. Didn't mess with the soil as little as possible. But we just flipped the grass over, and then we planted dense enough that the grass hasn't come through that much. In places that we didn't plant dense, the grass is coming up through a little bit, but the other spots is doing well. And then we just cut some of the grass from behind us and used that as a mulch to help bring the seeds up, and that's done well. So it's really worked out good for us. We're trying new things, and this has been a simple method, and then we'll never have to tailor or do anything like that again or flip over the soil. We'll just plant seeds, but the grass is just too thick for it to come through. So we got a lot of kale planted back there too. You can see some more kale and stuff coming through. Here's what was one of the seed bowls. We planted this really early in the summer, and it didn't do anything until now, so it came up on its own, the seed ball, but it's still producing. Some of the kales from the understory that are really coming through now that we cut a lot of the stuff out. Cabbage is coming through. One of these trees we got for a really discount price. Looked like it might have been dead, but it's starting to put out new leaves, so we're excited about that. It's a golden delicious, a yellow delicious apple. I love those ones. There's two new calendulas just popped out. You can see some bees on them. That one's got like a nice bee resting on it. We just had a nice rain yesterday, so things look pretty well. Some more collards are big. We have a pretty lot of things still that hopefully should last into the late fall and the winter, hopefully. Some more bigger kales back there. We have a lot of kales, a lot of carrots everywhere. Now that we pulled a lot of stuff out, you can just see all the carrots and things everywhere. Here's some Swiss chard, broccoli, some beans and stuff coming up. We're still getting some cucumbers. This bush is doing good. That's got a nice one there. I think it has another nice one. It's kind of like cucumbers and grapes growing together. Although the grapes don't look like they're doing so hot anymore. Here's another cucumber. It's got something on it. I don't know. Bird poop maybe. Have to save that one for seed or something, not eat it. So things are still doing pretty well. Poppies are flowering. Looks so pretty. I love these ones. And they're spreading well. It started off as one little set, and now it's this whole nice patch, this whole group right here. And then it's sending more out here. And it's dropping even more, and this looks like some fresh poppy seed right here, so I'll save those and spread it around. Here's some mushrooms growing. There's a couple different kind of mushrooms in here growing. Sorry, I should be talking louder. Here's a Schillius millefolium. I'm pretty sure it is. We planted it. So this is what Achilles used to use. Some people call it yarrow. I think that's the common name. Schillius millefolium. It's good for covering up wounds if you have that's what Achilles used it for, if you had like a battle wound. See a lot of the, you kind of chew it and put it on something that's bleeding badly, and it'll kind of slow down the bleeding and help cover up the wound. So here's a bunch of radishes that have fallen from our garden, and a lot of that garden, sorry I forgot, we had planted over here, the new fresh one extending the edge, most of that is seed that we saved from this garden. The mustard greens, the peas, the beans, all that kind of stuff. The corn isn't, and the tomatoes aren't, but most of the other things are. So that garden is pretty much free. We're never really going to have to buy seeds again because we've saved a ridiculous amount of seed, so much, and we went out and got some good deals on seed also, so we'll probably won't have to ever buy seed for this garden again, which is nice. And never have to buy anything probably for the garden again. Some more bigger kales. Calendula's doing good. I gotta show you, we got some pumpkins. One of them's finished. There's a pineapple. This one's doing well. My brother had planted this one. It's really coming along. Probably have to dig it up for the winter, but oh, here's one of our best tomatoes. This guy, he's really just, this is an heirloom variety. It's huge. It started all the way back there. If you can see, I mean, I know Justin had a big tomato plant, but this one's our biggest one. Justin at 420 Homestead, if you guys ever watch his channel. It starts back there, and everything you see, all this is the tomato plant. And we've already got about 2 off of it, nice ones, but now it's really just starting to go crazy. Although this isn't it over here, right here. All the front is. It's got 1, 2, 3. It's got like 10 nice ones on it, and these are big pink tomatoes. Pink ox hearts, I think. The fig tree has really done well, gotten bigger. Tomatoes we've got coming up everywhere, and the strawberries are really extending the edges. They're just starting to take over, which is exactly what we want. And we spreaded them everywhere else. So hopefully in a couple years there's another apple trees coming alive. This will all be apple trees and fruit trees all in the overstory, and then in the ground will just be strawberries and flowers. Strawberries and wildflowers, because we're going to be planting a lot of flowers through. Got some cherry tomatoes coming along. Some more down there too. They're growing amongst the tomatoes, which is working pretty cool. Getting that double yield. Nice little sets. Some more down there. We planted some smaller sunflowers along with the big ones. Some of them just got huge. This has ended up being the biggest one, I think. The head's not kind of folded in, which was weird, so it's not going to be a huge head, but we've had about I think it was 14-inch head on the one sunflower. I have pictures of it. Here's one of our pumpkin that's finished. Ended up being pretty nice. Oh, well, just ruined it. Oh, well, no, it was ruining itself. Looked like we had waited too long and started going to seed. So we'll let that happen. But it ended up being a pretty nice size. Nice and soft. This one's probably basically ready then. This one's alright. We still have another pretty big one back here. Sorry, I'm just running around a lot. I haven't done a video in a while. But the Permaculture mound did okay. I'm going to have to make a video about that, whether or not we're going to be doing this in the future and whether we think it was actually really worth it. Here's our bigger pumpkin. This is a big one. I have pretty big hands. Yeah, this guy's nice. Some kales. This tree has done well, one of our cherry trees. We harvested our pear tree. It did pretty well. We ended up getting about 20 good pears out of it. Here's some more pumpkins. This one's going to be big. I can tell just by how thick the stalk is. Oh man, this might be our biggest one. And this pumpkin started all the way back there in the corner. All back here, right back there. And it trailed across the hugel bed. Climbed through up. And it's coming out of the tree out here in the front. And going down. And this is a broccoli. We're hoping to get some seed off this one. And the green beans I've taken. Sorry guys, the beans have just taken over the tree. You can barely even see the pear tree anymore. And the stalks on the beans it's like, this vine stalk is, it's hard. It's crazy. And collards down here. Got some big collards and just giant collards. I'm happy though because a lot of this stuff should really be holding out for the winter and in the late fall. We didn't end up harvesting a lot of the turnips or rutabagas, whatever. Some of them got big, but we're gonna let those kind of break up the soil, pull up nutrients. Some more of the kales back here. More collards, marigolds. We have too many marigold seeds to even think about. We planted some more stuff back there. We got some tomatoes actually under here. Here's some 2 tomatoes, some more under there. A couple over here. We're looking to get some watermelon. That's what we're excited about. But here's our monster collard right now. It's kind of getting eaten by some bugs a little bit. Hopefully it makes it. But I mean, it looks like a big pineapple tree or something. It's just very big. Here's you guys, last time I put a video like 2 weeks ago, this was still on there. This squash, we're saving seed for that. Squash is starting to come through. We planted some squash in the back that are going to start moving hopefully and doing well. Here's some more mushrooms, thick mushroom layer, and I'm going to go show you some different really cool kind of mushroom I saw today. And then I'll show some watermelons. Here's a nice watermelon coming through. Sugar baby. Here's a squash we're saving for seed. Getting big. Getting close to finish. Where's those? Trying to think where I saw those mushrooms. Here's some cantaloupes growing on. Over there. This is that polyculture we really like. Tomatoes, marigolds, some corn. Sorry guys, I'm trying to find these mushrooms. Here's another kind, although it's not the kind I'm looking for. These like stringy ones. And they have these brown heads, and then there's these puff balls back here. They look like styrofoam, they feel like styrofoam. Then there's these little brown cap ones. But here they are. Sorry guys, but this is what I was looking for. There you go. I don't know what these are. Actually, we're the same thin ones over there, but if you guys want to know what these kind of mushrooms these are, let me know. I'm not sure, they're probably not edible. They look a little poisonous, but they got the mycorrhizae association, the fungal hyphae underneath, and that's what we want, because the plant roots attach into the mycelium and into the fungal hyphae, and they share nutrients, and that's really how everything kind of comes together and works as one big system. So that's, like, in my opinion, one of the most important things about planting, having a good mycorrhizae fungal association, having good bacteria association. Here's some of the squash we planted recently. Hopefully getting some out of those. Here's a watermelon. Pretty nice one. And then we have a decent one up there. And then I'll probably end the video because I was running around like an idiot for the last 15 minutes. There's strawberries. So things are doing well. We learned a lot this year. Had a lot of fun. We're hoping we don't get a frost date for a while. We still have so many carrots just everywhere. It's crazy, but we're hoping we get a late frost so that we can really just grow all winter. Have some of the stuff last for a while. But we still have a lot of tomatoes and stuff that are waiting to produce and just right on the edge of just doing great. So hopefully we have nice weather to bring that stuff along. And if you guys want, I could show you some of the side guards and stuff where we're still getting some decent production. So looks like I've got another giant pumpkin over here. So another watermelon back there. Blackberry bush is doing well. So thanks for following along, guys. We're always trying to improve. Here's our raspberry bush on what we're doing, and we want to take the right steps to do that. So if you guys have any opinions, this is a nice broccoli, bee pollinating. Any opinions, tips, anything you want us to tell us or let us know, feel free to comment and everything, guys. I would like the comments. Anything you guys have to say, you know, that's why one of the reasons that we make these videos public, so that people can comment and give their input. So whatever you have to say, feel free to say it. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following along. James Prigioni is out. Sorry guys, I wanted to throw this in at the end. This little, my favorite spot in the garden, where we have all the marigolds and then these couple big tomatoes. This is another huge tomato coming from the back. The stalk is just absurd, and then it's turned into like 5 different tomato plants. It's got huge, nice big tomatoes on them. They're holding well too, even though they're kind of sitting on the ground a little bit. But the wood chips keep it nice and dry, so that's good. But that's that tomato plant started from over there, and it goes to over there. And this one starts over here and then comes over here. And this is one of the patches my brother planted, just doing great. Tomatoes, and you can see some basils coming through. So we've got a good amount of tomatoes out of here, and you can see how many are blooming everywhere on it. So this did real well, as did this stuff over here. So we're going to try to next year mimic what worked well this year, and use kind of these videos to help guide us and what anybody else says. So thanks for tuning in, guys. James Prigioni's out.